Good afternoon, everyone, or perhaps evening. It is February 20th, 2023. Currently, Globex is trading at 40.70. This is going to be a plan for tomorrow. Now, on the RTH, as you can see, we do still have a gap open using the 4 p.m. close. That gap is about 7 points wide, 6.75. Overall, what I want to see is, can the bulls defend these lows like they have for now 2 weeks, and then can we get a ramp back inside of weekly value, the weekly half back, and get into that monthly VWAP and see what happens around there. So how am I going to be trading this? This is our FOMC spike at 40, 48, 3/4, I believe. Maybe it's 40, 48 half. Let's take a look. 40, 48 half. So what I want to see is a run of those lows. I want to see us run this kind of 40, 48 to 40, 50 area. I want to see us run it, catch a bid, and then take this 57 area long, just because it was clearly quite a great number on Friday. 59 half might be the better number. We'll see. I might play with it depending on how Globex looks and how it looks when we're coming down there. But overall, what I'm looking for is that kind of look below, churn around here, and then ride it back up towards, maybe it gets to 67s or 69s, whatever it is. Just trying to ride it back in towards the middle of this area. Now, up above, 75 half, another really great level over the past couple weeks. 75s are also our 87% weekly value area low, so kind of an area where we could catch a bid and get that move back into value, close that gap up there, and really get some upward momentum. So I want to be taking that 75 half long after we tag Friday's point of control, so 67s. So just the idea being that there's a magnet of volume around the 67s, so I want to see us get into that volume, either flush it and come back up above, or just get that immediate tag and move back up. Take 75s long, and I do know that this is a nice level around this 80, mid 80 number. It is value area high, the weekly close, Friday's value area high around there. Weekly close is up there. The January close at 90 quarter, so I'm aware of all these numbers in this mid 80s area. However, I hesitate to be short, especially after holding bid off of either of these numbers when there's a gap above. So instead, what I'll be waiting for is to short the gap close around 98, 98 quarter being that JPOW low from whatever it was, Wednesday or Tuesday. So I want to be short at 98 quarter where we held that bid really nicely, and roughly where we closed and had the low of the day on that Thursday session. Above there, I want to again be short, either around 09 half or 13.75, somewhere around there. Clearly, this 13 area being a nice number, 09 half being that point of control from Thursday's trading. So obviously, where a lot of where a lot of longs are trapped from this early day move up, and then when we flushed it into the end of the day. So I think we have some longs trapped there. So I do want to be short around that area again. And once we get above there, I think we can get some momentum up towards that monthly VWAP at 28 half. I'm not sure if I want to be short at 29s or more so at 31s. 31s being a value area high from that, whatever it is, to the Thursday session. So perhaps waiting for that to get short or getting short around monthly VWAP, just somewhere around there. And now up above, our prior week's point of control at 44 quarter, so getting short there, or at 40 quarter, which is it just seemed like a nicer level, and you still are around that weekly point of control and all that, so looking for a short around there. Now above that, I think your last chance to get short is around these 4150s. We've got the weekly value high sitting at 54 half, and the year-to-date half back at 55 quarter. So I think these will be your key numbers to getting short. Not so sure if I want to still be short these 58s, just because that gap had been closed, and I'm not too sure if I want to be short there. So I'm going to change that to a black level. So that's how I'm looking at this range. Now, if we do end up flushing the lows, yearly VWAP, this little white number over here, currently sitting at 4038.75, I think that will be a magnet, and I would rather yearly VWAP's a little bit too high of a time frame for me for an entry. So instead of what I'll be doing is looking for an entry around 4030.75, that being the January point of control. There's a weekly low around there. I think there's a weekly close around, or a daily close around there. There's a bunch of stuff right around the 40.30 to 29 half or 27 quarter number. So I want to be long around there. And below that, I'm not too interested in trading. I think this can start becoming a liquidation scenario where we clear out this sort of trade and maybe we catch a bid around the mid 90s. Maybe it's more so around this 70 area where we trapped a bunch of shorts there, or maybe if we end up flushing even further. So I will be holding off and trading below 40.30. So I will be looking to trade this sort of range. Here we go. Something like that. So that's how I'll be trading it. Long 30, long 57s, long 75s after some look belows, short 88s, short 88s after a gap close of 98, so or 97, I suppose. Short 98s, short 09 or 13s, not too sure which number just yet. Short 29s or 31s or monthly view up, again, not too sure on the number. Short 40s, short 44 quarters, not sure on the number. Same thing up here, 54 and 55 three quarters, have to pick a specific number. So I'm hoping I get some clarity as we enter that area, or maybe during Globex, depending on what it does and which part of the zone, which part of this large 120 point range we're trading in. So anyway, that's how I'm looking at it. There will likely be changes to this sometime pre-market, and I'll post that to Twitter, likely right at the bell. News-wise, we do have PMI and existing home sales at 9:45 and 10 o'clock, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of a choppy open, and then around 10 o'clock we get a more decisive move, and then we can start getting some cleaner trades. So I'm expecting a choppier morning, and then we can get an idea if we're going to revert back towards that gap close or if we're going to have a sell bias day. So hope that helps, and trade safe tomorrow. And any update will be posted to Twitter pre-market per usual.